one of the main things that we've been working on with the legs is how soft or hard is to move a leg. Yeah, exactly that feeling. And this sounds like a silly thing, but for example, imagine that it's so soft that you turn it around and the leg drops. That won't be nice. But at the same, at the same time, you want that feeling to be strong enough so when you put it on a place, it just stays in that place. Yes. So we were facing some challenges where sometimes it was too hard and sometimes it was too soft. And one of the keys of having a high quality product is the consistency of whatever you decide that it has to be. And in this case, we are chasing that feeling where you leave it in a place and it stays in that place. And when you're trying to move it, the force that you require, it's not too much, but it's not too soft. So there's a few things that we discovered. And the main issue was that the paint inside, maybe I can show it here, this little, I don't know how to call this, little stems maybe? These little pieces. What happens is that when they were painting the legs, they were painting the stems, and the painting gives an extra 0.05 millimeters or something like this, 0.1. Yeah, exactly. Gives microns of thickness. But what that made it is that it made it unreliable, because sometimes it was too stiff and sometimes it was too.
And especially happened with the white paint, because white paint needs more coats than black paint.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been telling the suppliers to do this thing of don't paint the stems. And we've been, even though it sounds so silly, we've been fighting for months, but finally, while we were testing there, we were able to accomplish it. And now what we are doing is we manufacture some little
caps.
Thank you very much. We manufacture some little caps, and now there's no paint here.
Yeah. So they put the cap, paint, remove the caps.
Yeah, exactly. And now, because there's no paint, the tolerance is exactly the same as in the design, and it's exactly the same as in the mold. And now it's so much more consistent, the feeling. And this is just a tiny little story of one tiny piece of
and in
of
fact,
the leg.
It's not the whole story, because on the base where that little prong connects, we've also added some rubber that also pressures that, so that feeling is is continuous. So the kind of adds a bit of flexibility to make sure that you're always getting a consistent feeling.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Manel was telling me today that he was for a whole day, like while doing all the stuff, every now and then doing this, like that, to test that it didn't change.
Moving it up and down.
Up and down to make sure that...
Yeah, because the first thing is ensuring that the feeling is consistent from the get-go, but also you want to have that feeling extended as long as possible.
Yeah.
But anyway, there were many more challenges with the legs. So another one that you mentioned is the paint. So white paint doesn't cover as black paint, and we have to give it multiple coats. But those multiple coats, because it's difficult to paint also in the inner part, create some kind of waves. And for example, so we've been chasing to ensure that there's no waves, and this is just an aesthetics thing that occurs inside the leg that most people won't even see. That consistency of the job paint is also important for us. Also the feeling.
Manel was talking, with the suppliers, telling them, what was unacceptable and what not. Like for example, in this one, I mean, you won't see it in the camera. It's impossible to see it here. You have to get the perfect light and then go through. But that's the kind of madness,
craziness. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, like, if we're able to accomplish what we're looking for, the good thing is that then you can replicate it.
Yes.
So this means that, or in the next batch of manufacturing of the Defy, or in another product, we can replicate that. So doing the job properly.
It's a learning.
It's learning. It's really difficult. You have to spend a lot of time, a lot of money, and so on.
And molds.
Molds. But then, if you can replicate it, then this means that you have a great foundation for not only this product but other ones.